What's going on, everybody? It's Sean here today to give you guys a review of the Air Jordan 14 Retro in this light ginger colorway. Today's video is sponsored by Heffelux. Heffelux is my all-time favorite sneaker insoles, and they sell eTPU insoles, which essentially is the same material you'll find in Adidas Boost. So if you're looking to add some additional comfort inside your shoes, be sure to check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box. You'll see they sell a variety of different insoles, so depending on the type of insole density and the cushioning setup you're looking for, you're going to find this is a suitable pair for anyone. So I've been a paying customer of Heffelux for years now, and to me, I personally find them to be extremely comfortable. So if you guys want to check them out and try a pair for yourself, be sure to use the code SEANGO at checkout and get 15% off your entire purchase. So this light ginger retro is a mid-top version of the original low top, which dropped back in 1999. One of the original colorways of the Air Jordan 14. This is actually the first time they've re-released since then, but in typical Jordan brand fashion, instead of giving us what we wanted, as usual they had to change things up and give it to us in a mid-top form. So these dropped on August 17th for $210 US or $270 here in Canada, and the official colorway for this shoe is light ginger, black, and white. So the Jordan 14 is one of the more underrated Air Jordans when it comes to the original 1 to 14. I feel like it doesn't get nearly as much love as it deserves, and to me at least, it's one of the most comfortable in his line. And while I never owned a pair of the original gingers from 1999, it's a colorway that always intrigued me. It's so different and so unique, and it's such a good fall looking shoe, but it's thrown on a performance model. Obviously the 14s are inspired by the look of a Ferrari, but the contrast between the colorway and the design, there's just something about it that always intrigued me. First things first though, here's a quick look at the box, and this comes in a black based cardboard box and has this gold colored Jumpman in the center. Aside from that though, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's a very plain and pretty straightforward and simple box. As for the shoes, so diving into the details, on the toe box, this is covered in this white synthetic smooth leather. On the toe box, we have this embroidered black colored Jumpman, and you can see wrapping from the midsole onto the top of the toe box, we have these two foam teeth on either side, which give you additional support and structure. Moving downwards, unlike your traditional Jordan 14, which has that ribbed finish, for this pair, just like the original gingers in fact, this is left smooth and it's covered entirely in this gold colored nubuck. This nubuck has a very flat feel to it, so when you run your fingers across it, you don't see any color change at all. And then found on the lateral side, we have this Jordan brand branding, which design-wise is obviously inspired by Ferrari branding. And then moving downwards towards the heel, we have more overlays here of that same nubuck. Running down the center, we have this rubber or TPU overlay in black, and we have the Jumpman logo and 23 in white. And the very top of the heel is covered in a black colored nylon. As for the laces, so these only come with one lace option, and they're just your standard oval shaped lace in black. However, they do come with these silver lace tips, and you can see we have the Jumpman logo engraved in the center. Underneath the laces, we have a synthetic suede tongue, and it's perforated all across. And at the very top, we have this nylon knitted upper, and we have this ginger colored bar running across the top, featuring Jordan branding on the exterior, and the Roman numerals for 14 found on the interior. In typical Air Jordan 14 fashion, the lateral side is cut a little bit lower than the medial side to give you a bit more freedom of motion for your foot. And the interior is lined in this black colored textile. As for the insoles, so these come with a dual density foam insole, which is covered in a black colored textile on top with a white colored Jumpman stamped on the heel. And if I flip the insole over to the other side, you'll see there's an additional layer of foam on the forefoot as well as on the heel as well. So the upper of the Jordan 14 sits atop this full-length Phylon foam midsole. The midsole is painted in this sparkly sort of finish, but not visible to the eye. We have both a forefoot zoom air unit as well as a heel zoom air unit as well. And you'll see the TPU on the bottom wraps up and onto the midsole itself, which is the black portion that you see in the middle. And on the medial side, the 14s actually come with a ventilation hole, which is very car inspired, which I always thought was very dope. Turning this pair over to the bottom, so the outsole here is constructed predominantly out of a black colored rubber. We have this full-length herringbone style traction pattern, along with a circular pod on the forefoot with 14 branding in Roman numerals, and the white portions you see are just exposed Phylon foam. And in the middle, once again, we have this TPU shank plate, and this is there for torsional rigidity and midfoot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about sizing, so I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and normally for past Jordan 14s, I've gotten size 10 with no problems. However, I don't know if it's just variations from the factory, but the pair that I got at least, it felt a little bit more snug than my other Jordan 14s. For me at least, the problem was right here on this forefoot area. it felt pretty snug and I can feel some pressure on the sides of my feet. So I'm kind of curious to see how going up a half size to a 10.5 would have felt. But if you have narrow or normal width feet, true to size will be fine. And even if you have slightly wide feet, if you don't mind more of a snug one-to-one fit, then true to size will be okay for you as well. But if you have really wide feet, you probably want to go up a half size. Moving on to the topic of comfort. So the Jordan 14, the first thing that comes to mind is that it's super lightweight. That's the one thing I really liked about this model. Even though it doesn't actually look that lightweight, on foot it really is. And the Zoom Air unit both underneath the forefoot and the heel, you can really feel that cushioning. It really feels responsive straight out of the box. And I'd say it's definitely up there on my list of most comfortable Jordan signature models of all time. So even though I'm not playing ball in them, I have played ball in Jordan 14s before in the past, but for this specific pair, I'm just going to be rocking these casually. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality, I thought it was just average. This nubuck, while it is a genuine nubuck, it's a very flat cut of nubuck, and I wasn't overly impressed with that. And the toe box leather, it feels quite synthetic, and I would have liked to see a better cut of leather used on the toe box area specifically. However, from an overall build and craftsmanship standpoint, other than some glue stains throughout the shoe that was pretty minor, there wasn't really any major issues that I could see or major flaws. So I'd say that it's pretty average from a craftsmanship standpoint for a Jordan release. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet and I'll show you guys how these look. Like I said in the beginning, the colorway of the shoe is so quintessentially fall, so I'm pretty excited to rock these when it gets colder here in Toronto. I know the shoe isn't going to be for everyone. The Jordan 14, it's not the most popular signature model for Jordan, especially in this day and age where it seems like only 1s, 3s, 4s, and 5s really sell out. But I think the 14 is a really underrated model, and even though it's not technically the right cut, it's always great to see original colorways come back. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this light ginger Air Jordan 14. What are your overall thoughts on this colorway? And for anyone watching, did you manage to grab these as well? Are you waiting for these to go on sale maybe? Or is it going to be a straight pass for you? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review and hopefully it helped you in some way, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.